Good Tuesday evening, Southeast Texas. Welcome to 12 News Plus. We're going to take the next 15 minutes and dive into a little bit of detail as far as the forecast over the next 7 days. Right now, looking at mostly clear skies overlooking downtown Beaumont. This view courtesy of Packard LaPrade, 89 degrees. Notice it's getting darker earlier as the days continue to grow shorter. Otherwise, this is part of the Roofing 911 Skycam network. Looks dry, mainly dry through Friday. We may get a very small chance tomorrow, mainly in the triangle, but no rain expected Thursday and Friday. Otherwise, high temperatures into the low to mid 90s. Lows will be near 70 in the lakes and into the lower 70s here in the triangle. Otherwise, scattered showers and thunderstorms return to the forecast coming up Sunday and Monday. A series of upper level disturbances and ahead of a surge of moisture and an associated weak upper level or weak trough of low pressure and associated cold front will be approaching the area. So better rain chances coming up Sunday, Monday, maybe Tuesday of next week. In your allergy report, weed and grass pollen at low levels and mold is at very heavy levels across Southeast Texas. So my forecast for tomorrow here in Beaumont, we're going to go 92, maybe a 10% coverage. Northwest winds will turn south in the afternoon. So this is my forecast. Let's see what the forecast model shows. It shows better chances of 20% coverage coming up tomorrow afternoon. That's certainly possible, but high temperatures around 90, 91. So we're not far off from what modeling shows. Up in the lakes area, I don't expect any rain tomorrow up in the lakes. We'll go mostly sunny. 92, and I think you're going to see light northwest winds all day tomorrow up in the lakes area. Should be a pretty nice day, and yeah, it's too wet. The modeling is way too wet up there in the lakes area. High temperatures around 92, 93. So yeah, it could be 93. Certainly, I would not put that within the realm of possibility. Of 93 is possible. I don't expect rain up in the lakes area, despite what modeling shows. For Friday night football, right now the way it looks is that we're going to have dry weather for Friday night football. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies at kickoff. Should be light south winds with temperatures in the middle 80s. By halftime, looking at partly cloudy skies, low to mid 80s, and light south winds. And by the end of the game, increasing cloud cover, temperatures around maybe the upper 70s to near 80 degrees with very light south wind. So good luck to all the area teams. I expect no issues as far as the weather regarding Friday night football. Taking a look at your afternoon high temperatures over the next 7 days, at least here in Beaumont, lower 90s expected Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We start cooling off Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday because of increased cloud cover, rain chances increasing, and also a weak front pushing through the area probably Monday. May not be till Tuesday, but regardless, the clouds should help to lower those afternoon high temperatures. So getting a little break there as far as the rain chances. I included a 10% coverage coming up tomorrow, but it's probably going to be dry through, say, Friday. Saturday, we'll start to see disturbances and moisture move back on in. So that causes lift when you get these disturbances in. So maybe a 10% coverage. Sunday, Monday, it's starting to look pretty wet. We'll go with a 50% coverage. Still may have to raise rain chances, and could be some locally heavy rainfall. We're going to be watching some Pacific moisture move our way, plus Gulf moisture move our way, and that could further enhance rainfall across our area coming up Sunday and Monday. Otherwise, as we take a look at the amount of moisture available in the atmosphere, we have seen some nice drying today, and we'll see further drying as we head on in to Thursday, Friday, and as we go into Sunday and Monday, moisture levels increase across Southeast Texas, particularly Sunday and Monday. That's when we think our best chance of rain will develop, and if modeling is correct, that front starts drying us out. If it makes it in, the front comes on in. This is the front that comes through our area Monday late. That front would start drying out the atmosphere, and that's why those moisture levels go down, and kind of mirrors what we're expecting as far as the rain chances across Southeast Texas. So as we take a look across our area on the Pro Roofing Concepts satellite and radar loop, watching a few isolated thunder showers north of Dam B, otherwise generally mostly clear to partly cloudy. Did have an isolated shower just north of Sour Lake, maybe Bevel Oaks probably, this the last 15 minutes on the Pro Living Concepts satellite and radar loop. We have seen a reduction in moisture values today. It felt a little better this afternoon. Still, we were looking at heat indices in the mid 90s. So again, seeing drier air filter on into our area. The front's out in the Gulf. It's a weak front, obviously, but one thing I want you to notice is that yesterday, all this green, the white line, it was back up over here. So that white line was something like right there yesterday. So it is certainly pushed on out into the Gulf, and that is indicating that drying is occurring because of the northerly flow. So some improvement there, lowering those heat indices a little bit in the afternoon. So taking a look at Futurecast over the next 24 hours. Looks like it'll be quiet this evening. Could see a little patchy fog, particularly up in the lakes and outlying areas tomorrow morning. I think we'll get into the lower 70s lakes and into the mid 70s triangle, low to mid 70s in the triangle. Then for tomorrow, it looks like we'll see high temperatures under mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies into the lower 90s. This may be overdone. I elected to go with a 10% coverage of showers, maybe thunder showers tomorrow afternoon across southeast Texas, because a lot of modeling not showing this. So still going to be a hot afternoon, but the moisture, as I showed, has been pushed out. Look at well up the scale. You can see all that moisture has been pushed south into the Gulf, but look at what's approaching us from the northwest, way down. So a lot of moisture here, dry air, kind of filtering on into our area as we work on into Thursday and Friday. So maybe a little reduction in humidity levels, maybe a couple degrees shaved off in low temperatures. Now on Saturday, we'll be watching kind of a west to northwest flow, and we'll be watching, that's a very weak disturbance right there, and a little weak disturbance there. See how these disturbances come through? Regardless, moisture coming through, that's what all this green is. The red areas are disturbances. And remember, when you have upper level disturbances, that causes lift in the atmosphere and helps produce clouds and showers, maybe thunderstorms. So we can't go with no rain on Saturday because of what we're seeing. So we'll go with a 10% coverage. I think it's mainly going to be a cloud maker. So we'll see a lot more clouds and a lot less sun coming up on your Saturday. Now Sunday, look at all this moisture returning to our area. So we're well up the scale right there, as you can see. And that coupled with these disturbances, see the disturbance right there, disturbances coming on in, moisture disturbances help create shower and thunderstorm activity. And the same thing coming in as we work on in to Monday. Look at that disturbance. You can see how the winds are like that. This is in the upper levels. This is a little what we call a short wave. Winds are like that. Yeah, certainly a deflection there. So disturbance coming on in should help to produce shower and thunderstorm activity coming up Sunday night and into Monday across southeast Texas. Then a possibility of another trough coming through right there. See it? That would be the front pushing all that moisture off towards our east. Boy, if we continue to see these fronts, we're not going to have problems with the tropics because we are approaching the peak of hurricane season. Speaking of hurricane season, we are watching a tropical wave way out in the far eastern Atlantic. It's that time of year now where we have to watch all areas, not just the Gulf, but also the Caribbean and also the Atlantic. This disturbance has a high probability of becoming a named tropical system. The next name is Gabrielle. And we think that this will continue to move off towards the west and northwest. And by the 11th of September, should be within this wide ellipse. There's San Juan, Puerto Rico. There's the islands, Dominican Republic and Cuba. Okay, so this is the southwest Atlantic. And again, we want to look at what is the upper level pattern going to be at that time. So let me try it one more time. There we go. Well, having a problem drawing tonight. Regardless, it's going to be off towards the west and northwest through the 11th. We think it's going to be in the southwest Atlantic. This is per ensemble modeling. Those ensembles show a wide variety of solutions, and it looks like it will be in the southwest Atlantic. Okay, so we've now moved out to the 11th of September. So we're looking at 12th, 13th, 14th. What is the upper level pattern going to be at that time? Because this will dictate where this ends up if it does develop, which I think is a pretty good deal. One thing that I like, well, first off, this is a great pattern for us. Trough over the east coast, see that? And a ridge of high pressure over Texas. That says not in the Northwest Gulf. More than likely is that this will probably turn off towards the north. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Now, I can't tell you exactly when this turn is going to occur. Hopefully it doesn't get that close to hopefully it does not take the southern route and do something like that, which is a possibility. But it could be like this also. So that's why there's a lot of uncertainty exactly how this could affect the East Coast. May not. But right now, with this pattern of a trough along the East Coast and also arcing back over into the Eastern Gulf and a ridge of high pressure. See this ridge? This is a ridge coupled with that high right there. This is perfect as far as protection for our Northwest Gulf as far as tropics go. When you get in this pattern, you couldn't ask for a better situation should this develop. Hopefully it doesn't change beyond that around the 14th, and from the ensemble modeling that I looked at, I don't think that's going to happen. We'll continue to see this troughiness. What you don't want to get was like in 2008 and 2005 where we had the high over towards Georgia. That's bad because these systems can then rotate on in around that high. So with the high, we will have a northwest flow aloft and lots of shear, and we will likely see kind of a southwest flow around the trough off the east coast like that. So that's what you usually see in this kind of situation. So the question is, does this thing wait until it hits Florida then turn, or does it stay off the coast? It's too early to tell as far as that goes, but I think we're okay as far as this goes, as long as this pattern stays this way. Otherwise, we don't want to write it off quite yet, but I think we're in good shape. Otherwise, on the Gulf tomorrow, looking at mostly smooth seas around a foot in your coastal marine forecast. We'll see north and south winds at 5 to 10 knots, water temperature 89. Look at the sunset, 7:36 now. By the end of the month, we're going to be closer to 7 p.m. sunset. So these days are really starting to shorten up. 6:52 is your sunrise. Otherwise, for tonight, couldn't rule out a little patchy fog in outlying areas. I don't think we'll see that in Beaumont, but low temperature should be into the lower 70s in the lakes and in the low to mid 70s and in the triangle. For tomorrow, as I said, looks like a 10% coverage, mainly triangle, not expecting any rain up in the lakes. Highs will be near 90 to the lower 90s. Heat indices to the mid 90s. That certainly beats triple digits, right? And that UV index will be very high with light northeast or northeast and south winds like here in the triangle tomorrow. So we're expecting highs in the lower 90s, lots of sun, partly cloudy skies. Taking a look at your weather impact 7-day